having lap dances. If you're going to go on a martyrdom mission, right, the cause of Allah, there's several things that you would not do. And at the top of the list is being a nightclub, drinking with lap dancing. But if you done got juiced up some kind of way and you're going to do something, and so you got this last time I'm going to see this thing, so they got your mama back home. You don't know what they got, you know, how they do it. Okay. So whatever, it's agreed that 15 of the people was from Saudi Arabia. The only people in America that could leave America at that time was people from Saudi Arabia. Now we remember our own triangle of terror. The United States, the Zionist state of Israel, and Saudi Arabia. These others are the old triangle of terror: apartheid, Zionist, and racism in America. The same with this racism in America, Zionism in Palestine, and apartheid in South Africa. We just switched to Saudi Arabia. Who can bomb and kill people in Yemen and it's okay? Saudi Arabia. Who can build up Boko Haram and anybody they want anywhere in the world? All of them so-called Salafis. And nothing happened to them. They're not bad, they're good. Who's that can kill Khashoggi? They got the picture of him going in and he ain't never coming out of it. Who can kill people like they want when it's okay? Israelis. Okay? What is the most sophisticated network in the world? Musa. Who is it that has control over, now you gotta mention, you gotta look at it. They got control over the government of America. They got control over the media. They control what everybody thinks. They can change the narrative. Remember Black Lives Matter? And then 2 weeks later, they apologizing to Jews for something. Remember that, the football? Yeah. How could they, who could arrange that concoction that they're going to stay in the news? That, okay, we're going to get 5 minutes of sympathy, but they're going to get a half hour of sympathy, all right? Who is it that gets sympathy no matter what they do? Who is it that can just trample on UN resolution? It's illegal to occupy a country, da, 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 da. Who occupied Palestine, right? Who is it can blow up stuff? I don't know how poor Iran and had everything blow up, you know, for the last few weeks, the last month. And the tanks blow up, this blow up. And in Lebanon, of course the Israelis knew that they had all that stuff there. And they probably told the officials, just leave it there till we get ready to blow it up, right? And how could they want to blame that on Hezbollah, right? Hezbollah have nothing to do with it. They have nothing. They don't have nothing, right? But who's the people that's been fighting? I'm asking all these questions, who, because all these who, what, it goes back to the Zionist state of Israel and what benefits them and what goes against the people of America. So the people of America right now are in a dangerous state and in a dangerous condition. It's a very dangerous time for them. Okay. You see, all of the last elections, you look up and you said, oh, what's the name got 3 million votes more? Forget about the electoral college, but that's how they can finagle things, right? Through the electoral college. That happened back in 2000. Remember they called Florida, I don't know if anybody remember, they called Florida. So that means Florida, that means, what's his name?
Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush was in.
Oh, yeah.
No, Jeb Bush, well, that makes it worse. The governor of the brother is running the state.
That's when you got the hookup right there.
Hey, look.
Make a phone call. Hey, man.
No. Everything is obvious right now. Okay. Basically, this is our shot. Just hold on a minute, and we're going to explain some of the things that's been going on, and because we're getting ready to go back out to California in a minute, put a few things together, but who controls the war-making institutions, the CIA and all that, to destabilize everybody and make them weak so they can't build themselves? Any country that's strong is a threat to Israel. Now, you look at the last few wars in the Middle East. First of all, the war in Iraq. They had a struggle with Saddam during '91, that so-called first Gulf War. You gotta, now they set Saddam up and they set the whole environment up, that these Arab countries would ask for their money back from Saddam because they gave Saddam money, right, to fight against the Iranians. So Saddam, he is a pretty tough guy and he's arrogant. He said, man, y'all is a bunch of sissies. I done did all this. So he hit Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, you know. And then Kuwait was slant drilling. Y'all heard about slant drilling. This is the border right here. So you just drill down 5,000 or 6,000 feet, zoop right across the border into the oil. And they know, you know, everybody know what you're doing. So Saddam just moved on. Why would that be arranged? It's because after the war with Iran, Saddam Hussein has a huge army that's been fighting for 8 years. That army is a threat to Israel because the Iranians was pounding the army, but they done got used to being pounded, you know what I mean? So they could, if they moved, if Iraq and Syria together attacked the Zionists, it could be as serious as when Egypt was almost ready to knock them over in the Yom Kippur or the Ramadan War in '73. And the U.S. had to go over there and save them. That's when they come up with their treaty with Sadat, because Sadat, he was funny acting, but when Egypt moved on them, hey, they said that this is too close. They was paranoid. So they got panicked. That's why they got a treaty. But anyway, you got all these millions of troops. Saddam, they've been trained and they've been fighting. And all these weapons that they gave them from Russia, French Exocet missiles, right? They done gave Saddam all of this stuff to fight. So this guy's got a lot of stuff. So they got to find a way. Israel tell them, go take that stuff back. And he did. So who could tell America to go over there and start that fight and take the stuff back? Destroy it all. That's what the U.S. did. And later on, they was a little uncomfortable with Saddam again. So they said, they tell the United States Army, remember, they fight on behalf of the Israelis. Weapons of mass destruction, they go over there, right? And they move on Saddam. Forget about the cost of the Americans. Remember, there's no Israelis coming back here walking on stilts. There's no Israelis with brain damage, right? They're all Americans, right? And guess what? Americans is beginning to look up and look around. Wait a minute. We're fighting. Oh, Syria, you don't like Syria. Oh, so anybody that you don't like, you get us to go fight, right? They're beginning to, right now they're beginning to wake up. I'm going to skip, but right now the United States is in danger because of its freedom, and the Americans know it, some of them. You've often heard me talk about the American institutions, and there's a small group of people. Okay, now, you look at this. They got so-called white groups, patriots. Patriots, you look up the patriot movement, they're anti-Zionist, right? The patriot movement, they pro-Thomas Jefferson, because they pro-Tom. So that means they pro-Sarah Hendricks too. I'm telling you, you gotta look at these people. Then where are these white folks coming from with all these weapons running up and down the street? Who is that walking with candlelight vigil down in Virginia 2 years ago? Jews will not replace us. But when they have that white man talking all outside his mouth, have a white nationalist meeting down here, and don't nobody come. Because the white nationalists know that he one of them. Remember, they get sophisticated too. And they know, wait a minute, all these white, look, Donald Trump don't have none of the characteristics that would relate to those real patriot movements, because they're anti-government. And he's rich, just pretending to be rich. He's actually broke, that's why he took the job. But how could they be doing something, we all together? It's because who has the ability to hire these groups, to shift them around and send them in and out of places? And how is it that all the people they know, all the civil rights people they know, whatever we do, this next election coming up, if we just sneeze, they're gonna blame it on us. So don't nobody sneeze till after the election. That's what they tell everybody, right? Just like if the police was being taught right, they would tell them, we done shot all these niggas. Now the last thing I want y'all to do is you grab a nigga by his collar and shoot him in his back 7 times. Out of all the things I don't want y'all to do, don't do none of that.
They just shot another brother in the back in California.
That's right. Look, then that means they're doing this on purpose. Now I know we didn't say this. They're doing this on purpose. And they got enough momentum and power to control the narrative. Because we're not organized, we can't keep the narrative going. We cannot keep, okay, we can here, but we're different than everybody. Where is somebody else talking like we're talking? Remember all the demonstrations downtown with Dar Hydra, with everybody? Where are they all at? Where's Siraj in them in New York? Look, where's the Iranians? Where is everybody, right? that means that this thing has been thought out. And if they pull it back, if everybody pulls back from us, why is it? Because of these programs. Islamic Institute for Counter Zionist American Psychological Warfare. But I want us to think about an ayat that we've been using. And I want you to think something the white man says all the time about us. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Right? Now, don't nobody start laughing. But remember our favorite ayat. The best speech is to call people to Allah, and work righteous deeds and say, "Innaini Islam" from the Muslims, and exchange not good for evil or evil for evil, but exchange good for evil. That way the people that you've been messing with might come out to be, you might become their wali and a friend, right? Warm, fuzzy friend. How long we've been saying that? We've been saying it a long time. But it wasn't an ayat for implementation at that time. It was an ayat for preparation. Our own preparation and evolution, and our environmental preparation. Now, yesterday, when I went to run over there, and the police was right at my spot. As soon as I got there, they drove on past. They didn't wave, but they drove on past. Then when I was getting ready to leave, coming down off the hill, where the swimming pool is coming down off the hill, here come two police cars, lights flashing, and everything. When I come back around the corner, there's another one coming at me. Remember I told you stuff like if I'm running up a hill or something, and I lean over and somebody run up. "You all right? You okay?" And they're always white folks. When I've been hassled, it's always a police figure right there to make sure that everything goes, that nothing goes, that the dumb police that's doing it don't do what you usually do. This nigga here, this nigga's under our care. Okay, now, this is gonna sound funny, but things are evolving too fast for us to run around and raise up an army of good people, goody people. So there's always risk in what you're doing, whatever it is. Hell, it's been risk in everything we've been doing. But now, we're submitting our contract against the Zionists. Because I've told you about some of these programs, but every one of these programs, we defeated the Zionists. Remember one of them I'm telling you about, L.A., Rabbi Chaim. As soon as Rabbi Chaim asked about all these from Northern California, you got to remember, MSA West was a front. They're always talking anti-Zionist. Abdul Malik, all them guys, all them immigrants killed children, but they never was about no anti-Zionist, because I'm the most effective I just make fun of them. Just like, what's the name up in New York? Right? What's his name? Hannity? Okay. I didn't just come in there. If I would have came in there and just beaten him up, it wouldn't have looked right. So I have to just ho-hum and man, what you're talking about? You don't know nothing. And then right at the end, hey man, you a dummy. You follow a dummy, you a dummy. Okay, that had a serious effect on him. But you gotta imagine now, who's Trump's advisor? That guy, right? That's his advisor. So, oh, we don't remember nothing. Now, the other thing is, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. How many white folks do you think are mad at the Zionists and they want their own freedom? They want that. They don't like us. No. That's going to be part of our contract. Look, we want to influence the thing on history, so you give us the contract and help us whoop the Zionists, and you sign a treaty with us. Now we know you're going to lie, ain't that right? But you got to take a chance, right? You got to take a risk. These people are, look at what the Zionists did, some with United Arab, something, and these people are moving.
I mean, shoot, what they did to them people with the opioids should be enough for them.
But see, they don't know that. They don't know that. We know what they did to us. It was the U.S. government. But now, when the people tried to move, and the people in the DEA and all that on these companies, they held them up for years. 2 of them quit. The lady quit 30 years, and the Latino guy quit. They was big in the DEA. They said the same, okay, the point is this. Here's what we get to. All of these signs point to we're in an emergency situation. We don't have time to da-da-da-da-da. So we have to put forward our platform. We want the anti-Zionist contract. And we know, just look at what y'all have seen around here. If we go to the Capitol, now those police follow us over there, but are they acting like they're mad at us or anything? Right? They're not mad, they're friendly. Technically they're friendly, and everybody that they put on us, you have to visualize those police